Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lin and Happy. This game taking place here on Twisted Meadows version, 1.1. On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Happy spawning as the yellow undead. Let's go ahead and get to that 2-minute mark, figure out what the strategies will be. Meanwhile, Lin on the other side of Twisted Meadows, spawning as the blue orc. I don't believe you can use the Blade Master trick to trap the rock golem, but I may be wrong. I haven't seen it done very recently on this particular starting location, and with how far back that Altar of Storms is, I don't think that is Lin's strategy at all. Death Knight versus Blade Master here on Twisted Meadows as a large map, both sides opting to do a little bit of early creeping, it appears. Blade Master sells the circlet, or sells the Scroll of Town Portal, picks up a Circlet of Nobility and dual healing salves. Alright, Null Warden going to easily get taken out. 3-3-1 creep camp. This version of Twisted Meadows does not have a 5-3-3 creep camp here. It's actually split up between these two creep camps, as well, the original green creep camps were just, well, far too inefficient. Hello. Coming back around, Death Knight gonna try and perhaps charge up more skeletal minions and now go after this Null Warden creep camp here. Lin does have a grunt doing a little bit of scouting as the Blade Master out and about doing some solo creeping, trying to pick up all of these useful items off of the Null Brute on these green creep camps. Lin is almost offering up this grunt as bait and buying himself to do what he wants to do while inconveniencing Happy. So a little bit of a dangerous maneuver here, and once Happy gets to level 2, well, like now, suddenly the addition of an unholy aura and that faster movement speed could mean that grunt could easily get surrounded. Blade Master is sitting at level 2, does get a healing salve off, and it now simply walks away, picking up a Mantle of Intelligence +3. Alright, Blade Master nearby here. Are we going to see a Dust of Appearance? We are. There's a Death Coil. That's going to force another charge of healing salve, most likely. But he is still revealed, so he doesn't want to use it just quite yet. Tech to tier 2 tech underway on both sides. Happy also adding up a graveyard right behind this. Skeletal minions, well, trying to keep track of that grunt, and all Happy wants to do right now with his ghoul and skeletal minion army is surround this grunt. That grunt looks like he is going to get surrounded. Blade Master may do the wind walk push, and he does wind walk push that grunt out. We're looking at a little bit of damage there. Blade Master cutting his way out of a surround, taking down the weakest unit there. I believe it was a skeletal minion. Yeah, taking down the skeletal minion there and now backing away. So good job by Lin recognizing that grunt was going to get surrounded, had an escape plan in mind. The Blade Master, acting as a true leader, put himself on the line to protect his underlings. Grunt now, well, perhaps trying to reach back here. Meanwhile, Death Knight, wanting to still clear out this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp, has not been given the opportunity to do so. The Blade Master, once more ready to cause problems, going to go ahead and get some get some damage in on a low hit point unit. There's a Death Coil. The Death Knight just got enough mana as the units are retreating back again. Are we going to see more damage in the... one ghoul getting taken down. The Death Knight unable to deny that hit there. Meanwhile, the Blade Master wants to wind walk his way, take down a couple of ghouls, but wouldn't have the ability to actually sneak back out. Oh, thank you. Looking for group. Thank you for the bits, Burrow Rush. It's been a time since anyone had cheered me on, as the Blade Master picks up some item, or picks up that tome there and quickly just hides. Shadow Hunter out on the battlefield here. No experience given. Meanwhile, Blade Master sitting still at level 2. And after six minutes in this game, we are we are now going to tier 3 by Lin. So we are going to be looking at a Tauren Chieftain. Meanwhile, Death Knight now looking to clear out more of these creeps as well. All right, so a little bit of an odd spot to be in. Both sides going to tier 3. A lot of action back and forth. There's a slaughterhouse, and we're only 6 minutes into this game. All right. All right. Null Overseer gonna get finished off here. Shadow Hunter should, well, may actually get to level 2. Nope, doesn't. The skeletal minion not enough to give that Shadow Hunter level 2 there, as I originally thought. Meanwhile, where is that Blade Master? Blade Master now all the way back home. We may see the Shadow Hunter and Blade Master finally work together to get some creeping done. The early stages of the game has been completed. There's level 2 now on that Shadow Hunter. We're looking at Healing Wave, and perhaps the Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, and all of these targets will now be able to work together to get some damage in. Lin opting to go for air units, going for a one Wind Rider at least for a little bit of poking. There's a Lich now out here on the battlefield, and that Lich with the big Frost Nova able to steal the last hit and get the experience for that kill. Blade Master trying to retreat back. Death Knight does have Vampiric Aura and Unholy Aura, able to get in some damage across all these units again. All right, what's going down? Ogre Warrior number 1 has fallen. Blade Master, well, nowhere to be seen. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master off to the north healing. Shadow Hunter trying to put in pressure, perhaps going to rack up damage on the Lich as the Lich backs away. There's a Frost Nova onto a Grunt, and that Grunt is going to end up getting taken down. Kodo Beast unable to chomp on anything. There goes a Ghoul instead, as the Wind Rider is doing a little bit of poking too. All right, that Wind Rider not moving that quickly, heading back now, unable to catch up to all of those targets again. 37 supply compared to 41. Hey, Crota, do you think the game is finally balanced? Well, this is one of the... talking about balance in a 4-race RTS is just impossible, right? Like, because there's all... okay, so I've talked to, like, you know, professional game designers, and they feel as if a particular matchup has a win-loss rate and there isn't more than a 5% advantage over the other, then that's a true coin flip, and that's what you're looking for, like when you're talking about balance, right? True coin flip situations, 52% versus 48. That's a coin flip, and on any given day, one race can beat another. There are still matchups that are easier, right? Even if human finds a way to crack undead, right? Undead may then be able to adapt, and the meta of the game has always constantly shifted too. So trying to say, is the game finally balanced? I could say that the game feels more balanced than it's ever been, until perhaps we're going to find another way where the players are playing and other strategies that, well, completely shift the balance once more. So balance is a difficult thing in the ever-evolving meta that is WarCraft 3. Coming back around, a Tauren Chieftain now going after the Null Overseers here. Trying to get to level 2. Wants a Stomp, Stomp to be able to just stun down that front line and allow the Blade Master to get in hits. Undead across the map here. A very seemingly large army. Lot of ghouls. A very go-wide army, so to speak, with skeletal minions. Not very many Crypt Fiends, though, as the Blade Master gonna pick up an Orb of Darkness. Oh, interesting. Orb of Darkness. That's going to start summoning up some skeletal minions out there on the battlefield, and that's going to start choking things up even further. Kodo Beast trying to regain or join up on the fight here. Are we going to see some engagements? And are we also going to see Destroyers? That Orb of Darkness, an extremely powerful item, allowing the Blade Master to attack air, but is that going to be given to, no, the Shadow Hunter instead, as the units are all now retreating back? I thought the Blade Master may actually take the Orb of Darkness, as it does give a damage bonus and also allows for the attacking of air. But then again, the Orb of Lightning is just so powerful, as it allows you to proc Purge against a Destroyer, forcing it to stay in place and eventually taking it out. Yeah. So, yeah, 4-race RTS. It's very difficult to have it be truly balanced. The number of different matchups that you have is significantly more than a 3-raced RTS, like StarCraft, or eventually Stormgate. Currently, Stormgate, I think, only has 2 races. All right, Wind Rider needs to back away. Can't take all of the piercing damage from that Rock Golem's anti-air attack. Units are now falling back here. Meanwhile, Undead is already in position, trying to find Lin as he's attempting to get away. The Tauren Chieftain does have Endurance Aura, but doesn't move fast enough, as we're looking at a potential throw down here. 49 supply compared to 49. Ghoul is coming across. There's some quick damage. There is a stomp there as the Blade Master is forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal to get out of this dicey spot. This is going to give the opportunity for the Death Knight to clear out this Ogre Magi creep camp here, perhaps get to level 3 on the Lich and level 2 on that Dark Ranger. Coming back around, Lin is licking his wounds, sitting at 48 over 50 supply. Happy starting to take, fire on all cylinders with those Death Coils, Frost Novas, and eventually we should be looking at some Dark Rituals by that Lich, who will then seemingly have an endless supply of mana. Ow. Lin still sitting on 1 base after all this time. We are looking now at, a Goblin Zeppelin looking to clear out this Twisted Meadows corner expo. You know that there is those Granite Golems right in the back there, and those red Dragon Whelps. Those should be easily cleaned up, as we're looking at a lot of damage being absorbed by that Wind Rider here. All right. Coming in and coming across, trying to get in more damage. There is another critical strike there. Tome of Knowledge. We see a Blue Drake egg now dropped. Summon a Blue Drake to fight for you. Unfortunately, that is a summoned unit, and because it is a summoned unit, it can be devoured by magic. I think the only matchup that is truly busted at the moment is Night Elf versus Undead. Love to see the corners used. Yeah, seeing the corners used on the map is such a natural thing, right? Skeletal Minion no, that is not a Skeletal Minion. That is an Orb of Darkness being left behind there. Surprised that we didn't actually see a tiny Great Hall used, though. There's the Wind Rider here. There's a Blade Master. Where's the Goblin Zeppelin and all of the... Where's the Goblin Zeppelin go? I don't see it. All right. I am surprised that we did not see a tiny Great Hall used to establish up an expo in the back there, as the game is going long, and we're already down to about 5 or 7 minutes of mining left in the main base. Starting locations, apparently having a bit more gold than I expected, as the Blade Master looking to take down Happy's expo here at the 9 o'clock spot. Silence, Death Coil, Frost Nova, Blade Master going to have a difficult time escaping from the situation. There's Dust of Appearance. Damage going down. There's another Death Coil, some more Black Arrows, and the Blade Master, who is normally able to survive any scenario, ends up taking multiple blasts and bursts of damage, forced to retreat, as he may try and pick up a potion of lesser invulnerability. Healing Salve now placed on the Blade Master as he falls back home. Necropolis is done, so there is a Blight here, allowing for the summoning of Ziggurats. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Only a level 2 stomp. That radius not quite large enough to really make a big impact against all of those ghouls, unless they are directly near that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain still not going to get there, I believe. The other 2 heroes purposely backing away and now waiting to get that Tauren Chieftain to level 3 for that level 2 stomp. Lin, those odd levels incredibly important in getting that level 2 and level 3 versions of those abilities, making them that much more efficient. Banshees are out here on the battlefield. There's a quick Ensnare, going to try and finish that off. There's a Frost Armor, as there is a decent size stomp, stunning down finishing off that Obsidian Statue and a couple of ghouls. Tauren Chieftain could have a bad day. Goblin Zeppelin is doing some beautiful micro there, picking up and putting down. There's another massive stomp, and Lin's level 2 stomp from that Tauren Chieftain really slowing down the ghoul frenzy of all of these units. Also, all of the troll berserkers getting picked up and dropped back down, but a nasty Frost Nova, well, finishing off many of those units as the Shadow Hunter wasn't able to get a big enough healing wave to finish off these units either. All right, Obsidian Statue down. Both sides suffering big, heavy losses. We're going to see another Obsidian Statue getting taken down here as the Destroyer now going after the Goblin Zeppelin. A Purge onto the Destroyer stops him in his tracks. 51 supply compared to 44. Both sides have suffered major damage. Difficult to tell who's actually coming out ahead as the Shadow Hunter looks to back away. Shadow Hunter still has plenty of mana and currently down to 4 hit points. Final arrow in the back finishes the job as the Shadow Hunter falls at level 4. All right, little bit more damage. Dark Ranger gets up to level 4 as well during that level up time, but the Blade Master now has free reign to try and clear out all of these Acolytes. All right, Acolyte's going to get cleaned up here, but is there a way out? Tauren Chieftain and Blade Master do not have Scrolls of Town Portal, and this is going to be a forced fight that I don't think Lin is quite ready for. There's also no Obsidian Statue, one Obsidian Statue in the back as the Tauren Chieftain still fighting his way through. All right, trying to burst things down. Berserkers are getting swarmed by mass skeletal minions and ghouls. That armor difference is going to be huge as Happy tries to hold onto that Lich. Holding steady, but no, ends up getting taken down. Tauren Chieftain now up to level 4. Death Knight now up to level 5 as the Tauren Chieftain may try and, well, to get in a couple more stomps. Kotobi's trying to back away here. Tauren Chieftain really needed the stomp here and could really rack up a lot of damage against all of these just mass dark minions. There's that stomp there, but wow, I take it back. Not that much damage done. Level 2 stomp doesn't do that much damage and didn't. It's a clap that does the damage, stomp that does the stun, allowing the rest of the units to finish off and add in damage. But if your army is mainly gone or not present, well, that is a problem in and of itself. Grunts now trying to retreat back here. Blade Master sitting at level 4, not yet at level 5. And, well, another Death Coil Black Arrow churning out another Dark Minion. Blade Master and Tauren Chieftain know that they need to shut down the mining here at this 9 o'clock spot. Otherwise, the economic advantage is going to be too much. All right, looking to finish off these units again. We see a Silence, Potion of Invulnerability, Lich out here on the battlefield. Obsidian Statue providing support. Blade Master getting up to level 5. Level 3 critical strike. Short of some miracle critical strikes on the Blade Master, Lin is definitely on retreat and needs to find a way to get back into this fight. Main gold mines now down to 2.5 minutes of mining left as the Shadow Hunter is back out here on the battlefield. Is the Shadow Hunter by itself going to be able to provide enough support for the Blade Master to get in damage and start turning the tide? $57 over 80 supply. Dark Ranger hanging back here. Lich in between 2 Obsidian Statues. Death Knight, I guess, doing some shopping. Oh, having also a Staff of Silence. So Staff of Silence and also Silence from the Dark Ranger could, well, truly silence lock the Tauren Chieftain and that Shadow Hunter for long enough. All right, are we looking at some silence here? Yep, silence onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain unable to place down Stomp. Trying to go after the Lich. Lich ends up getting a 600 hit point heal in time. Blade Master is trying to chase after all of these targets here. Banshees are, well, causing the Blade Master to not be able to hit the broadside of a barn as the Tauren Chieftain, well, never got off playoff line, never got off any critical stomps in that last fight. Happy setting up, getting the resource advantage, being able to mine a little bit more gold, but more importantly, being able to fight on his own terms, able to come out with the win. Undead always happier to fight on Blight, and when you're fighting on Blight, more regeneration. Lin just unable to overcome. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. This is the best